What's up, guys?
What's up?
Alright, my name is Aditomo and this is my friend.
Femi Adetayo.
And we are here for the Money Journey Show.
So welcome to the Money Journey Show. So this is our introductory series. First episode will be about startup, how we started up. Everybody we're going to be bringing on the show is going to be talking about how they also started up. So but really, before we dive into it, we can just talk about how did Money Journey happen.
I mean, this was just birthed out of our regular conversations as friends. Like, we're a group of friends who are all interested in money, business,
Living the soft life,
shit,
basically, yeah.
And almost every time we talk, there is always something valuable that you can take away from it. And we're like, these regular conversations that we have can become something that people benefit. I mean,
you can learn something.
Most of the biggest contracts we have ever taken are bettered out of
Regular
ideas that came out
ideas.
of conversations like this. Shit, you get.
And so one of the things that made us go into this was because we discovered that most of the people that we can describe as successful, that successful space in Nigeria, that came out of Nigeria, they don't have a platform whereby they share their journey, or most of them they can vaguely remember. They're able to share the real ingredients, what we really need. So, and for us, we feel like if we wait to reach that, to attain that success, we might become like them.
I mean, maybe they ask me, say, how I take do it, make I tell you, say, na God.
God,
Don't say I dey lie, na God, but I don't remember.
I can't remember all those factors that really led to it. So that's what we're trying to do, is share the journey now as we are starting up. Share the journey, share the process, share the growth. Bring in people. You get, bring in big people that are, like, I think our next episode we have Abdulkai makes, I think, close to 100 to 200 million. Bring in big entrepreneurs, people that have made millions, billions, big names, your favorites, your celebs, so they can also share their process. But in also, we don't want to like totally remove the people that are making 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million. So you can learn how they went from 0 to 10 million. It's easy for you to relate.
Exactly.
For someone telling you how he made 100, 200 million, we would majorly talk about his big wins. But now, someone that's just making 10, 20 million can tell you how he went from 0 naira
as a
to
matter
20
of fact,
million.
person where they make 1 million, fit teach you where they never make 100.
Yeah, and you really learn a lot from it.
I mean, there was something we shared in one of the conversations we had. That when is the best time to really teach? Well, like, as long as there's somebody that you are better than. As I did like this, if person they will broke past me,
yeah, the
you
person
get
can
something
learn
as
from
the
you.
teacher. You get.
Normally, but
they will
you
get money.
you get person normally you broke.
I broke normally, so
Yeah, you get, but normally there's still a lot to learn. You know, now according to what we can say now, we can still say 5 million, 10 million naira is still broke. Generally you are still broke, but you can still learn from someone that's made 10 million. You can learn from someone that's made 20 million. First, you are just starting up. So anyway, where you learn for enter,
just
be calm.
So we're going to bring people to
Different
share
faces.
their stories here.
Or you go to see this face.
This face, you go to see am.
But in your own, wait, hold on. In your own, if you next time we go see your face, if you see green here or red here, or your best feet don't full back, or make your best don't disappear.
We cannot cut am again.
Nah, spirit, they press the button.
But recognize these boys and the glasses.
Okay, so the glass, the glasses. But next week, this one people they lost frame. So it can be a bigger frame. So just the boys. For me, constant. Femi Adetayo is an entrepreneur. It's I do digital marketing, branding, management, talent management, anything. I try to just make the money just come out. Fashion, anything that brings in the money, styling. Basically, I'm into many things, but I did not just start like that. I think it all started for me, I think 3-4 years ago. And my starting point was, I think the church was my starting point, I won't lie. Because I think I even started late. And that was one of the biggest regrets for me. I think I started very late for me. It started like maybe 3-4 years ago. And I was just up and down, just gallivanting around, catching cruise with the boys and all that. Then one day, I had an encounter like a voice telling me, what am I doing with my life? So basically, to me, from the things I've been hearing about church, I knew that I felt like that was the Holy Spirit. I felt like that was a supernatural experience for me, and I decided to, like, okay, I'm going to go to the church. Like, I just went to a church, in Akungba. I got back to school in Akungba. Then I went to a church. I gave my life to Christ. Then I got introduced to books. Then what that did for me basically, I'm not saying now, please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying money is not
Tied to the religion.
it's not tied to religion.
That's just his journey.
I'm telling you, what that gave me was direction. Like I did not have direction. I was just like going up and down. I did not really have a life together. But after I gave my life to Christ, I had like a direction. I started reading books. I knew like I needed to do something with my life. I needed to
Focus.
you get like I had focus, like I had a direction. I knew that okay, Femi, what are you going to do? I knew I'm not a very exceptional student. I don't like regular books, and so I knew I was not going to graduate with a first class like that because I did not like regular books. But I know I like books, but not the regular books. So I know it was not going to be education, a career. I was not going to make that money from education career. I was not going to make that big money from it. I needed something else I could make that big money from. So I started to ask myself, no, not that I started to ask myself. I learned from reading Kiyosaki. I started reading Kiyosaki, I reached that further. And that was why I started to ask myself, okay, what can I do? What do I like doing? That was the first question for me. Then I remembered when I was in school, I've always wanted to sell and I felt I learned that from the family. My mom is a mini trader, my dad sells cars and importation and all those stuff. So I've always wanted to sell car. So selling just came in from me. Then, and this is one of the reasons why I'm always going to say, once you feel like you can just start something.
Honestly.
Because for me, immediately I knew that I discovered I was going to I enjoyed selling so much. So I knew that okay, I want to make millions from selling. So I decided to just start selling something first. I decided to just go and look for something to sell. So I think one of the first things I decided to sell was, I think it was Gary. Gary was one of the first things I tried to sell. I did not have money then, but my girlfriend then, she had spare money from her allowance to give me. Then I contacted few partners in Lagos. I asked people that had money, like 2 people in Lagos that if they had money. They brought their money, I brought my money. Then according to Kiyosaki, selling is basically looking for where you can get it
Where they need it.
Cheapest and take it to where they need it. So I was like, okay, I can get this Gary very cheap here in villages around this place. Akungba here.
Yeah.
I went to the village, got the price for the Gary. I asked the price they were selling it in Lagos, and for me that was how the journey started. So one of the first major things is immediately just start something. You will actually learn. You will not learn anything if you do not start.
Exactly. I mean,
You will not even have direction. You will not know where to go if you don't start. Just try your hand at
that's
something.
lesson number one.
Just try your hand at something.
Like that.
You get, make it just
So
go.
this show might not have a structure as to this is where we're going to teach you something. But
Yeah.
we just want you to open your mind because most of the things we're going to share here are personal. But
Yeah.
you'll be able to learn one or two things. Now, he hasn't shared most of his story, but he has learned in the small space of starting that journey that starting is actually different from acquiring knowledge. You can keep reading, keep doing courses till tomorrow. If you know actually translate them to real business.
Yeah, you would not
You
just.
know, go
And
actually-
that was one of the things that helped me because when I started reading, I'm not that patient with books. So immediately I read something or I learned something new. I wanted to try it. I wanted to just do it.
Yeah.
You get, so immediately I learned something. If I learn about selling now, next thing I'm going to sell.
To use that
I'm trying to
as-
look for how do I get
Yeah.
this thing to sell. So along that line, I made a lot of mistakes because normally I didn't even do research into Gary business, productivity, who is the market, target audience. I didn't do any of those research, transportation. I did not have enough knowledge about that one. My own was I just went to buy the Gary. I sent it down to Lagos. Then I dare my eye first cut.
And you discover saying, go carry the Gary.
So I had to pay who go carry the Gary. I did not calculate all those things. Maybe because I just wanted to start. Again, I didn't calculate all those stuff. I did not when they factored in the driver, the trailer, all this. I don't know how why last man they cash Gary. Now that's one of the problems I have in this country. The government will just make business.
No
business
business
very
wey
hard
wan
for you.
start for this country wey government no get how dem take.
They could just make am hard for you. Last man cash Gary, collect money. 1K on top each bag. My profit, I think my profit, capital profit was around 2.5 ish. Government last man don't collect 1K first. And when would they drag the last man? Rain come fall. You can't lose that from the Gary. I tried that. I tried to do that for like twice, 3 times. I felt like, no le low buy. But like I don't know, I was not going to make it just doing this. So I tried to sell. Then I started. I think I can't remember one other thing. I didn't say, and this is why I'm saying, if you wait till you are very super successful, you will forget so many facts.
I swear.
Like now I can vaguely remember the second product or the third product I tried, but I know.
Belts then.
Yeah, no. Before belt, I had one. I read about. Yeah, I read about leveraging on other people's skills and all those stuff like that. I can't remember the particular book. So I had a roommate, Clement Adesomi. He knew how to cook.
Oh.
And I did not know how to cook. I'm a terrible chef. I only made I feel boil
They
water.
still dey boil water till today.
I feel boil water. So like I'm a terrible chef. So but Clement knew how to cook. And I knew that students did not have that time to cook. They were looking for quick food. So that time we're using BlackBerry.
Yeah.
So I just put up on my BlackBerry that if you need food, Indomie and dodo, rice and quick food that they could prepare, fried yam and all those things. So my school son then, Tomide was the delivery man. So it's in the back here, just laughing.
That's
No.
it's people around you
Yeah,
that would actually get to help you in
You
fulfilling
get.
these dreams.
So Bro Clement will cook. Mine was to just collect a share of the money. I think I was maybe 15 naira, 100 naira was our profit then. It was just
But at least
crazy.
money they enter.
No,
and
I
they
was
do
just
something.
you get. We'll just start do that. From that one too, I realized that one too, just survive. We don't go make money from that one. So from that one, I think I now started seeing people were buying leather palm, fashion items and all those things. So I got someone that a cobbler was doing leather belt, leather slide, and all those stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll get a picture from him, I'll put it up, people ask for the price, then I'll sell it and make my profit on it.
Yeah.
From there, I got introduced to designers. Some of my customers asked, you don't have Gucci, you don't have So I went to a boutique. And the funny thing is, in my school then, they had boutiques. I was selling from boutique in the school to students in that school.
That's
So
it.
people in that same area were passing that boutique, but I was still selling the product from that
Product to
boutique to them. I was just repackaging it as product that came from Lagos.
See, you will be shocked at the possibilities that are right in front of you.
In front of you, and
You
you're
won't
like, I
start
don't
a
maximize
business
it.
because you feel like it's a
Yeah.
saturated market. Yeah, but until you start it and you see that people will still buy.
Buy.
Now the
So
funny
you can
thing
imagine,
is
like,
that-
I saw the watch for someone. I bought the watch from Akumba there. I just told him when I told him that I'm going to. The driver has called me, I want to go and pick it up. Like I just packed it. I went to pick it up. I went to the boutique, paid for it. I will go to the boutique, snap it very well. Imagine if I will snap it, put it online, then now sell it for students in that same area. Till I did that for like 6 months or 6 months before I came to
be
Lagos.
like small Yahoo, bro.
It
dey ethical.
It did. It's very ethical. It's selling now. Selling the ethical.
Normal.
So I came to Lagos. And when I came to Lagos, then that's when I knew about Mandilas. Then I came to Mandilas to see what they were selling. So I got someone there that would snap the pictures, send it to me. I'll post it. People in my school like it. The guy will buy it and send it to me. So that was how I started. And funny enough, the first year in that, I think I made close to like 200,000 to 300,000 in my first year
Imagine, as a student.
as a student. Then I started.
Nígbà tó wọlé in value.
No, and unfortunately for me, that time my dad business now had issues.
Imagine.
So I had to like see myself through school with what I was making from that. Then I started reading about business, packaging, savings.
Yeah.
Then one of the things that also helped me was Bishop Oyedepo used to say, can't remember how he used to say, but he said, without a direction or without purpose, abuse is inevitable. Something like that. I can't really remember that particular quote. So like you have to have a direction or purpose for what you are doing. Like what do I want to get out of this? So
yes, we just misuse you.
it was from that sermon that made me say, okay, I was going to have a store. I know that how will I have a store? The capital for these things are very expensive. I have to save up for it. So I was practically saving up 70%. And that was one of the things that helped me the most. I was saving 70% of everything I was making. But then in the second year, with all the knowledge I was able to gather, in the second year I was able to skyrocket from 300 to my first million. And I actually saved it up, not like I made that money once.
GK.
I saved it up till I made my 1 million.
Gallant.
My first 1 million. Like I was so super excited. I called my someone that looked like that was a spiritual father to me then. That was Maya Wademi. I called him. I was like, Baba, I don't make my first 1 million. It was surprised that it was very proud. It was surprised that from this selling and all this stuff, we make 1 million. And from that was the push I needed, that I could make 1 million from this thing. I knew that, man. All their father, this
All
I
their dads,
could make anything from this. Then, like I said, between that space of all these things I tried, one thing I did not stop doing was I did not stop reading. I was getting more knowledge, and as I was learning these things, I was putting them into the business. As I was learning these things, I was putting them into the business. So since I already had a purpose for the money I was saving, I knew that my end goal was to have a big store. So I was just saving up for that big store because I feel like that was the next stage for the business. I continued to read.
Exactly.
Then I had an incident, an accident, and all those stuff. Thank God for the saving too. After I came out of the hospital, I went straight to open a store. So my first store was, I think, around Fagba. Upon all the knowledge where I don't learn for business, I did not know that. I felt like I did good area survey, I do research, everything. I felt like, man, I got it right. This area, this shop is in front of a hotel. Big boys, they come hotel, they go, they enter shop. About all the boys,
they no enter.
But they maybe eventually enter like 4,000 naira clothes they find. I was selling around them of like 6,000, 7,000. It was so embarrassing. I wasn't able to meet up. I knew that the business was going to collapse. And in that period too, my school son was with me then got like an investor's fund, like his friend that was in the business, invested 500,000, everything crashed. Then see, one of the mistake, that was one of the first mistakes we made. Instead of investing that full money into fashion, we went to buy gadgets. We wanted to try our hand in gadgets with investor money. About me, he ended in premium tiers. I go sell on top the matter. I go sell on top this matter.
This matter.
This matter is like, they eventually arrested me because of this issue, because we lost all the money and business was not moving because our research and survey was wrong. That area was a dead area.
Dead. And
I spent millions, like I think 1.5 close to 2 million there, and that was all the money I saved up. Now, one thing that saved me from there was, at that point, someone had seen that I was successful
and had potential to
actually do business. So I think I can't remember his phone name, but his name is Farrell. He's quite popular in Abuja. He saw that this guy had that potential and was about to travel to Dubai. Then he called me. I was like, Mr. Femi, you I know when you start to the call boy say they sell shoe for Abuja, then now you don't get shop, you don't big boy, can you come? How you dey go now? Make I do business, make I invest for your business, all those things. So
I invest too.
And that time I was praying to move to. I knew that the solution for me was to move to Lagos Island, Mandela itself, and I needed a whole lot of money to move there. So like I had to sell some of the things I had there, scrap value. Then coupled with what Farrell was able to give me, I moved to Mandela's. I partnered with someone. Yeah. We had to like co-own the shop.
Co-own the shop, yeah.
Co-own the shop, and the person I partnered with was the person that that'd be helping me. It was like my boy. That'd be helping me. We became my partner. From there, we became a partner. One of the things that made me turn him, and that's one of the things I'm going to say now is, if you're a business person and
you don't want other people to eat,
you will not go far.
Hello.
And if you're a business person that people can't trust with money, you are failed already.
No, honestly.
Like in everything, you must make sure you protect their image. Don't mess with people's money. So one of the things that helped me, the guy trusted me because he felt like this is a church boy, and he's someone I can trust because he has succeeded. He know the business from a 0 naira to a few millions, so he can do better. Then I was also able to trust Rashid, my partner then, because over the years I've been able to trust him with 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. So we started up, got investor fund. I think I was able to pay him maybe, I can't remember, 40 to 50% in 1 year in profit and returned his money to him. Yeah. And that is where that was how I gathered my own money.
To actually push the business.
Yeah, so people that saw that I built a business, I started getting contracts of helping people.
And that was how another business entirely
That was
started.
just another business just started. And I went straight to project management, started getting projects from people to manage, start and all that. Like it was a total phase. And I actually even made more money from doing project management and selling clothes. You get from there, that's how it just started for me. Then I met one of my friends too, who had been one of my hostel mates, came to Lagos too. We met, we started another business.
And like that was
just how we just started.
Growth, and here we are today. I mean, Is that story relatable? Because for me, there are many points in the story that I felt like, oh, something like this happened to me too. It might not be the exact same thing,
yeah.
but the process behind it, the experience and the lessons you learn from these things are usually the same. For example, he said that when he found direction was when he went to church.
Yeah.
Right? He was consumed with something at the time. He needed to detach from it. And what detached him from it was church.
Yeah.
And church gave him a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. Now, if you think that going to church will give you a sense of purpose, because people see plenty for church. When they pray, say, make God.
They never make them. No.
Make God give them.
That's why I said it was not about the religion. It was about what it did for me.
For you, do you get? And for me, it was the opposite, because all my life I had actually been a church boy. Do you get? Church boy, school boy. The only two things about me for the first 18, 19 years of my life were academic excellence and church. Autant, I didn't have extracurricular activities. I didn't particularly have friends. That was all. I was consumed in that lifestyle until I got to a point where I saw that, the realization that you are not going anywhere with the current, situation you're in. That's where you find direction. Like, assess where you did like this. Say, what thing I dey do today? If I continue to dey do am for the next 5 years, I will make money.